The lying Trump administration has the perfect ambassador in Karoline KKK Leavitt. She wears her cross and she goes out there and she lies through her teeth, which I might remind her is a violation of one of her commandments. But recently we've noticed she stopped wearing the cross, and there's speculation it was because it would start burning when she was lying, so she had to take it off. But here she is lying about Jeffrey Epstein and to Peter Ducey. It's fantastic. Here we go.
Okay, so the FBI looks at the circumstances surrounding the death of Jeffrey Epstein. According to the report, this systematic review revealed no incriminating client list. So what happened to the Epstein client list that the Attorney General said she had on her desk?
Well, I think if you go back and look at what the Attorney General said in that interview, which was on your network on Fox News.
Got the quote.
Go ahead.
John Roberts said, DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen? And she said, it's sitting on my desk right now to review.
Yes, she was saying the entirety of all of the paperwork, all of the paper in relation to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. That's what the Attorney General was referring to, and I'll let her speak for that.
Okay, that's a lie, because you had Kash Patel, Bondino, what's her face, Bondi. They're all over everywhere. Podcasts, Fox News. We're going to release the client list. We're going to do this. Here's the problem. MAGA has a real issue with the fact that the Epstein client list hasn't been released. Karoline Leavitt, as of course she always does, is lying about it. Nobody's making the leap that the reason the client list hasn't been released is because Donald Trump's on it. I mean, it's just not that hard, people. We've got Jewish space laser lady and everybody else. They can't make the leap. These are the biggest conspiracy theorists on the planet. And then just another example of lying Karoline Leavitt. She tries to paper over all the crazy shit Donald Trump says, but she just can't because he won't shut the fuck up.
As for the takeover of Gaza, I don't believe the president ever said that. I think he discussed a rebuilding of Gaza once this war is over.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip.
Here's the thing. Do these people feel shame and humiliation? Do they feel shame when they're lying, when they've dehumanized humans to less than people so that they can feel good about being cruel? Do they feel no humiliation? Karoline Leavitt goes out there every day and she spews lie after lie after lie. And then other people in the administration, chiefly Donald Trump, prove that she's a liar, but she still goes out there. Do these people not feel real emotions? Clearly, they don't feel shame or embarrassment because they are cruel and they are mean and they dehumanize people and they're racist. I get all that. They're incapable of shame. But I would think their egos are so big, they would feel humiliation. Like Karoline Leavitt should feel humiliated about what she goes out there and lies about. And then Trump calls her out. And that's just one example in just a long, long list. But speaking of feeling no shame and an inability to feel human emotions is puppy killer Kristi Noem. And here's what she had to say about the flooding in Texas.
There's a lot. I'm extremely grateful for God's hand in that whole situation because hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people were saved. And this is a time for all of us in this country to remember that we were created to serve each other.
Kristi, fucking put a sock in it. You've got to be kidding me. I mean, God's hand is in this. God wanted little girls to be sucked up by floods because you guys were too cheap to warn them, because you had to shut down agencies and hurt people. God's hand, like, keep your thoughts and prayers and shove them up your ass. This is like the shootings and the gun laws and the gun lobby. We send our thoughts and prayers to school children that are killed. Keep your thoughts and prayers and do common sense gun reform. Keep your thoughts and prayers, Kristi. Put up the weather organizations, fund them that would have prevented these deaths. We don't want to hear about we're all created to serve each other because you all are so fucking cruel. I mean, it just, I don't know how her mouth doesn't catch on fire when she says shit like this. And obviously she believes it. And that's the thing about people that kill puppies. They just have no feelings. They just have no feelings. And here is what she had to say about FEMA. Kristi Noem, alligator Alcatraz will be funded largely by FEMA's Shelter and Services Program, which, keep that up here. FEMA is supposed to help people in natural disasters, but all of the money that FEMA is using is going to ICE agencies and detention centers so that they can dehumanize people and put them in subhuman conditions without due process, because it makes their base feel good because these people are black and brown. So it doesn't matter because they're less than human in the eyes of this administration, and it's cruel and it's gross. Then she goes on to say, which the Biden administration used as a piggy bank to spend hundreds of millions of American taxpayer dollars to house illegal aliens, including at the Roosevelt Hotel that served as Tren Day. And it shows pictures of her and her MAGA caps, and she's so super excited about housing people in subhuman conditions and just titillated by the thought that these people might get eaten by an alligator or asphyxiated by a python. That's who she is. And it is amazing to me that people that live in Texas, which is redder than red in these communities, they can sit there and say, well, we're Trumpers and we're for not giving illegal immigrants due process. And we're for dehumanizing people. So we're willing to lose the lives of Texas citizens, children, because we would rather the money used that could be used to prevent those deaths be used in a cruel and dehumanizing way. It's just, there is a disconnect. There is a moral flaw with these people, that they are more interested in hatred and cruelty than saving children's lives. It's gross. As you guys know, I'm not getting any younger. And the one thing I regret is not using sunscreen properly when I was younger and not buying the right products. But that has now changed because I have moved to OneSkin. OneSkin is absolutely fabulous. And it is a skincare company focused on skin longevity. And that is something everybody needs. I've been using the whole line of mineral SPFs for the face, body, and lips. Not only do they protect your skin from UV damage now, they work at a cellular level to help repair the sun damage I did in my teens and 20s. My skin feels smoother, looks more even, and I've even noticed some of those age spots and wrinkles beginning to fade. OneSkin's OS01 works at a cellular level to improve key aging biomarkers while reducing the visible signs of aging, including lines, wrinkles, and saggy skin. The first ingredient to reverse the skin's biological age by reducing the accumulation of senescent cells, a key driver of skin aging. OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company. By focusing on the cellular aspects of aging, OneSkin keeps your skin looking and acting younger for longer. For a limited time, you can try OneSkin with 15% off using code IHIP at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code IHIP. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. And then we have Karoline Leavitt talking about the Texas floods and how dare people politicize these natural disasters.
Elected officials are trying to turn this into a political game, and it is not. This is a national tragedy, and the administration is treating it as such. We know the National Weather Service provided early and consistent warnings. They gave out timely flash flood alerts, record-breaking lead times in the lead up to this catastrophe. There is ongoing flood monitoring, and these offices were well staffed. In fact, one of the offices was actually overstaffed.
You know, it's funny, these lies that they tell, they can't just say they were staffed properly. They're overstaffed. They can't just say they were given warning. They have to say they were given an incredible amount of warning. It's just fucking crazy. Okay, but here, so she is just the Democrat Party, which you notice, not the Democrats, but the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party wanted to fund services to improve weather forecasting and prevention. That's what they wanted to do. I know they're assholes because they wanted to save lives, and you don't give a shit about lives. But then you have Trump during his campaign. Here's what he had to say. Now, mind you, she is so offended by politicizing natural disasters.
The Democrats actually used FEMA not to help North Carolina.
Are you kidding? Remember during the campaign, he scared people so badly that FEMA was going to take their homes, that they wouldn't get their services. FEMA under Biden went door to door to try to help people and make them aware of what services FEMA provided. Naturally, FEMA can no longer afford that because they're building Alligator Alcatraz. And remember, during the wildfires in California, Trump, all he could say was new scum should have done something differently. New scum is a bad governor. These people, hypocrisy is dead. Like, they do not understand hypocrisy. And I'm about to decide they don't understand shame and they don't understand humiliation. All of that shows these people they don't have feelings like normal people. Normal people want to prevent lives. Normal people want any person to be treated with dignity. People want other people to be shown kindness and grace, but not these fuckers. And I don't think Terry Moran went far enough when he just said hatred is Stephen Miller's spiritual nourishment. I think it applies to the whole lot. It's the whole lot. Hatred is their spiritual nourishment. And you don't have to, I mean, they'll tell you. You look at their actions and that tells you. Their mouths, their lips tell you too. It's unbelievable. We need to stay informed. We need to keep up the resistance. Subscribe to our channel, like this video, and we'll see you again soon.